I, Dr. A.K. Singh here. I am discussing about magnesium stearate, which is used as a lubricant in the pharmaceutical industry. The functionality of a lubricant varies with its manufacturing process, chemical composition, hydration state, blending time, concentration, surface area, causing, peaking, sticking, capping, decrease in tablet hardness, increase in tablet disintegration times, decrease in rate of dissolution, etc. There are two major types of lubricants. First one, hydrophilic, it is poor lubricants. Second one, hydrophobic, most widely used lubricants. Of all the lubricants in use, magnesium stearate, which is hydrophobic in nature, is the most widely used lubricant in the pharmaceutical industry. Magnesium stearate is the magnesium salt of stearic acid. Its anhydrous, monohydrate, dihydrate and trihydrate forms have been prepared. Most tableting materials require lubrication to some degree. Only a few drugs and excipients do not require lubrication, but these are exceptions. Magnesium stearate is extremely difficult to study because it is both a complex nature and low concentration in a tablet. Magnesium stearate is the most commonly used and most effective of all lubricants. Due to its manufacturing process, there are various impurities in magnesium stearate, often causing incompatibilities with API. It contains several impurities such as magnesium oxide and palmitic acid. So these impurities often react with API in the solid state, causing stability issues. Magnesium stearate with impurities of magnesium oxide creates an alkaline environment, causing drug degradation, especially for base-sensitive molecules. Magnesium stearate actually consists of a mixture of several different fatty acids. A composition consisting of magnesium stearate to palmitate in a ratio of 25% to 75% respectively is considered to be optimum for lubricity and shear properties. Since the availability of commercial product is difficult, pharmaceutical companies validate their product with the available composition. Concentration and lubricating time are critical and should be controlled carefully. If concentration are too low, your distribution and mixing times are inadequate, problems include that is peaking, sticking, capping, etc. If concentration are too high, your distribution and mixing time are inadequate, problem includes that is decrease in tablet hardness, increase in tablet disintegration time, decrease in rate of dissolution, etc. Furthermore, the mixing time for distributing a lubricant is typically up to 5 minutes for better results on compactability and the hardness of tablets. Magnesium stearate is typically added to the blend 2 to 5 minutes prior to the conclusion of the blending period. It is important to understand the impact of surface area and particle size properties on the performance of the lubricated formulations. The particle size and specific surface area of magnesium stearate may be the key factors influencing its lubrication efficiency. There is some argument about this, however, since it is known that the surface area of magnesium stearate continually changes during the blending as a result of its delamination. In practice, the particle size instead of the surface area is much more often used as a measure of the lubricant characteristic. It is mainly due to the fact that particle size measurement of a powder material is faster, easier, and less controversial. Finally, the selection of magnesium stearate should be based on the following parameters, which must be followed in respective finished product. First one, chemical composition of magnesium stearate can be validated based on the availability. Second one, dihydrated due to its crystal structure which is suitable for formulations. Third one, concentration and lubricating time. We can be used 0.05% to 5% magnesium stearate. However, concentration up to 1% gives better results with maximum 5% blending time. surface area, and particle size can be validated considering the finished product performance. Finally, selecting a magnesium stearate for a formulation requires a systematic approach with careful consideration of the performance of both product and process. Thank you.